All right, let's dive right into something truly special today. We're unpacking the Coke Studio Barth track Arz Kiya Hai by Anup Chain and Lost Stories. And we're really going to explore how profound love acts as this massive, almost unavoidable catalyst for artistic creation. Because this isn't just your standard song about having a crush. No, it's this deep lyrical journey that breaks down a total metamorphosis. We're talking about how the sheer force of love literally forces someone to completely change their identity, going from a silent bystander to a fully expressive artist.
The track kicks right off by laying down this core, undeniable narrative. Love has this terrifying yet absolutely beautiful power to rewrite who we are from scratch. It boldly states, "Cowards who were became poets." I mean, just think about what it means to be a coward in this context. It really implies this fear of expression, right? That heavy hesitation to put your raw feelings out there into the open world. But love, according to this track, just completely strips that fear away. It drags you out of the shadows. It forces this total reimagining of the self, transforming the timid into the bold and the silent into the lyrical. It's a full-on identity shift driven entirely by devotion.
Section 1. The transformation into a poet, finding a voice in love.
So look at this beautiful before and after contrast of the speaker's emotional state. Back in the past, you had the coward who is completely speechless. The one who, as the lyrics literally say, used to say absolutely nothing. But contrast that with the present, suddenly we have this poet who is wildly expressive and actively searching for words. It perfectly captures how these new lovers, who were once so silent and timid, are suddenly desperate to find the right language. It's like they aren't just magically handed a voice. They have to actually dig and search for the vocabulary to capture these massive, completely unfamiliar feelings. It's this beautiful struggle to articulate an emotion that suddenly feels way larger than life itself.
Section 2. The language of complete devotion. Elevating the beloved.
Now, the lyrics here absolutely do not hold back. To paint a picture of this ultimate romantic surrender, the beloved is described with this incredibly grand classical imagery. We're talking a blooming rose in the garden of the heart, but actually it goes way beyond just simple beauty. The lyrics elevate the beloved to a position of absolute, unquestioned power, literally the emperor of the heart. Meanwhile, the speaker willingly takes on the role of the slave to this love. So we're clearly not looking at a balanced 50-50 partnership here. This is absolute classical devotion. The speaker sets up this hierarchy where the beloved is everything, and the speaker just exists to serve and admire them. It's total emotional submission.
Section 3. Surrendering to the storm. Embracing the overwhelming.
And that brings us to how this song defines what it actually means to be an artist. A true poet, according to these lyrics, doesn't even try to navigate or control or fight the overwhelming storm of romance. Honestly, their very nature is to just surrender and drown in it. The speaker is basically asking, why should I even try to fight these storms? There is this profound sense of acceptance here. It's the realization that resisting this immense feeling is just pointless. The artist's job isn't to master the emotion, but to let it completely consume them, and then use that consumption to fuel their poetry.
Then, from all those grand, sweeping metaphors of emperors and storms, we shift into something so deeply intimate and quiet. The lyrics describe holding hands until sleep comes, with conversations happening directly within the lines of their palms. I mean, wow, what a stunning visual, right? That total silence that once marked the speaker as a coward is replaced not by loud shouting from the rooftops, but by these unspoken, tactile conversations. The literal lifelines of their hands become the actual script of their relationship. It's a great reminder that true poetic expression isn't always loud. Sometimes it's found in the absolute quietest, most physical moments of connection.
Section 4. Finding the unsaid words, the modern lover's dilemma. When every love story has been told, what is left to say? I really want you to think about that question, because it perfectly nails the deep irony of trying to express something completely unique when, let's face it, billions of love songs, poems, and stories already exist in human history. Here is this newly minted poet, absolutely overflowing with emotion, but then they get hit with the realization that their medium, language, is incredibly crowded. Like, how do you tell someone they're special using the exact same words millions of other people have already used? For an artist, that's a massive vulnerability.
And the speaker openly acknowledges this exact dilemma. They ask, everyone has said everything. What should I say that is still unsaid? So they embark on this desperate, almost frantic search for the unheard, just to find something genuinely new to offer to their beloved. They want to praise their beloved's grace, but they absolutely refuse to use recycled cliches. And this right here, this highlights the true labor of the poet. It's not just about feeling deeply. It's about the agonizing, grueling work of crafting those raw feelings into a totally new arrangement. They are so desperate to prove that their specific love is entirely unprecedented in the history of the world.
Section 5. The Ultimate Muse, the Purpose of the Poetry.
Here, the lyrics take a bit of a melancholy turn. They talk about how entire gatherings, big crowds, feel completely desolate and empty whenever the beloved leaves. The speaker has this epiphany. They don't crave fame. They don't crave the applause of a massive crowd, and they definitely don't need their poetry read by the masses. The art just isn't meant for grand gatherings at all. Think about it. All of this intense effort, the agonizing search for words, the total surrender to the storm, it is entirely meant for an audience of one. Without the beloved's presence, the art has absolutely zero meaning or life. Which leads us straight to the climactic revelation of the entire song. I only became a poet just so you would come to listen. Man, what a powerful admission. The poetry, the melodies, that agonizing search for original words, the immense vulnerability of stepping out of cowardice, all of it was created solely as a beacon to capture the attention of this one specific muse. The speaker didn't just fall in love with art, right? They fell in love with a person, and art was simply the only vehicle powerful enough to reach them. It perfectly bookends the track's opening, finally explaining exactly why the coward had to become a poet in the first place.
So, as we wrap up this explainer on Arz Kiya Hai, I want to leave you with one lingering thought to chew on. If love makes poets out of cowards, who is your muse? Seriously, think about the people in your own life who inspire you to step out of your comfort zone, to find totally new ways to express yourself, and to become a louder, more vibrant version of who you are. The transformative power of the people we hold dear is literally incredible. Well, keep exploring, keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next one.